Tell the internet all the things all the time. Here we are. So I was thinking recently that I'm sad for the younger generation because my generation, as a millennial, we grew up with television, or rather, television shaped us to who we are, whether or not we like it or not. We got so many pop culture references, so many things in mainstream media. Like, the list is endless, let's just say. But I did find a few highlights that make me sad that younger generations don't have any idea what these are. And I'm going to keep saying it makes me sad. But I'm sure the older generations, aside from them starting conversations with "you're too young to know this," probably feel the same way about us. So let me just start with saying this one time at band camp, I'll let that sit for a minute. Do you know that reference? If you don't, well, I don't know if we can be friends. Just kidding. So actually, going back, I had a conversation with a coworker of mine, and I was reading Henry Winkler's autobiography. Super interesting, by the way, if you're into that. And we were talking about books, and I made a comment about that, and I don't expect her to know who that was because honestly, it took me years to figure out this guy's name. I only knew him as the Fonz. So I told her that I was basically reading the actor of the Fonz from Happy Days. And she looks at me like I have 20 heads. She's Gen Z, probably mid-20s. And I was like, the person who goes, "Hey," and blank stare. I'm like, oh, sad. I was like, well, if you find, actually, I didn't go into how she could find this because Happy Days is probably not on a streaming service. I don't know. I feel like it might be too old. Although, who knows? Some of these streaming services are crazy in that they're like, oh, yeah, you have this show and this. Anyway, I digress. So yesterday, I had shared with a coworker that my app was punking me. And the fact that I said it very casually, so this coworker of mine is older than me. I don't know by how much, but she's older than me. And she did like a double take because I think she got my reference. She didn't specify regardless. And I appreciate I wasn't necessarily staring her down to get an answer, but I kind of appreciate the oh yeah, I'll let you go with this. I'll let you go with the flow with this, like whether or not I know what you're talking about. But she had said it back to me. Like she parroted it back. She's like, punked? Okay. Thinking that like she hasn't heard the word in a while. Well, thank you. You Had to Be There podcast. You have unlocked all these things that I forgot about that I need to bring forward to my everyday life now. As a millennial, we use all these pop culture references in everyday life. We mainstream media, blah blah blah, whatever it is. So anyway, I do think my one other coworker that I was like, hey, so thank you, or maybe I don't tell him this too much, but it's like, thank you for at least amusing me and listening me and humoring me in when I go off on something random that I feel like only a millennial would understand. He might be the cusp, so that might be why he understands, but it's like, I don't know, maybe because I'm still holding on to this. We still have live television with commercials. Like, I'm not mad about it. I actually prefer it. Then I'm not sitting there for 20 minutes or more looking for a show to just have on. Like, have a break of a commercial, then you can like run to the bathroom or something, get a snack. I don't know. Miss those days, man. Miss those days. Well, can't miss those days as I'm currently in those days. But, you know, the days of your show was on and you could record it down the line. You could DVR it or throw it on recorded on VHS, like on a TV that like if you're not home and it had to be on that channel, like all the things that had to do with that. And then you had the commercial break of, X amount of minutes to run to the bathroom, to run to the snack, to get whatever. And then you had to come back. You had somebody, hopefully you were watching with someone. They'd be like, it's on in the other room to run back. I've done that before in our household. It's kind of hilarious. So yeah. So I just wanted to point out that this You Had to Be There podcast is fun, but it is unlocking all these things memories that we have clearly forgotten about until now. And according to the internet search of what mainstream media is, it says nothing about social media in that definition. Okay, AI generated it. I don't trust it, but I'm not surprised because it's television, it's magazines, it's newspapers, it's journals, it's all these things. And we all kind of lived the same life. We all knew the same, things. The reruns of shows, the references that we'd watch in the shows to understand stuff. Let's be real. What was it? Bruce Almighty, I believe is the name of the movie. That's how I unfortunately spell beautiful. Beautiful. I'm not the only one, maybe with this specific example, but I'm not the only one who's picked stuff up from movies. Oh, so that means this. Oh, so that's how you spell this. The word banana, Fergalicious' song. Fergalicious, no, that's the song. Fergie, sorry, not an artist that I follow on a regular basis. Not that we can't spell the word banana, but we are all about spelling words in songs. And that's how we know how to spell words. See? Pop culture helps us, even if sometimes it is a disaster and a half. So, there it is. That's all I got. I don't know why you follow me to watch these nonsense videos, but if you've gotten this far, you should watch the You Had to Be There podcast. It is super amusing and also slightly a little frustrating because I also have a sneaky feeling that these three girls, while they all lived on different parts of the United States, they all fell within the same stereotypes, not the word, but the same group of people. So they all shared that, whereas I did not. So some of the stuff is not relevant to me, but it is still fun to see how the other people live. So anyway, just throwing that out there as for a little plug. Obviously not an advertisement. I'm just saying that that's how I'm working back to my YouTube-ish stuff, and ranting about nothing, basically. Although unfortunately I did this video 3 times. This is the 3rd time, and that's not something I normally do. So anyway, here you are.